I think first and foremost, the one particular benefit is that students get to practice what they're learning in the classroom in a community setting. So, attached to real world challenges, real world opportunities, students get to see what they're doing in the classroom come alive in and through their work with different organizations or offices. Secondly, I think there's some job skills attached too, right? So there's real benefits to going out and trying out new things that you're learning in classroom, learning how particular organizations communicate with the world, learning what an office environment looks and feels like. I think really has a positive relationship. And then third, I would say networking. Getting to know what's happening in a community can lead to all kinds of different things. We've had students stay on in their placements for full-time jobs afterwards or discover what they want to study in graduate school. So I think that ability to do some networking outside of the classroom is really quite valuable.
I think the benefit of community engaged learning over like regular placements is really the idea of creating shared value between three key partners. So the student, the university, and the community. And it really is in finding that shared value and reciprocity that the community really sees a benefit in terms of moving an important issue forward or an important piece of work forward. The student has a great experience, hopefully, and the university deepens that relationship with the community.
I think for myself, U of T could feel like a really large and sometimes isolating space. And in taking part in community engaged learning courses, I had the opportunity, probably for the first time in my studies, to feel a part of a bigger picture, to sort of see how my academic knowledge could really be applied to real world scenarios. I also got to see, I think in reality, though I was a social science student, for the first time that community knowledge is really important and complements really nicely with academic knowledge, but doesn't always align directly with it. So to have the opportunity to see myself as being kind of a whole person beyond just a student identity was really something that was especially valuable, I'd say, for me.
I engage students in community-based participatory research because I really want them to develop an appreciation for different approaches to community engagement, different approaches and methods to community-engaged research. But perhaps even more importantly, I want the students to develop an understanding and also an appreciation of the principles, the values, and importantly, the ethics of community-based participatory research. So those are really the benefits that I see on the student side. But I think when engaging in community engaged learning, we have to be really mindful of the benefits for the community and the community partners that we work with. And in the context of a community-based research course, I would emphasize that we're always trying to respond to a need for research identified by the community partner. So we're not coming in imposing a research question on the community. So in anticipation or in preparation for the course, I always try to work with community partners and really find out what would be most meaningful to them. And then throughout the duration of the course, we really emphasize collaborative knowledge production and hopefully building some capacity in the community that goes beyond the duration of a semester. So those I would see as the main benefits of my teaching practice in community.
Well, I find that it's actually a reciprocal relationship between yourself as a student and the community partner where you're placed at. So the benefit for the student being you get a more kind of intimate experience with what it's like working in the social purpose sector, something you wouldn't necessarily have gotten just as a volunteer, but not as much agency as you have as an employee. So it's a very interesting kind of in-between stage where you get enough of a taste of what a career in this field could look like. And as someone who might be approaching this course with an interest in that field, that's one of the benefits of the course. On the other hand, you have the community partner who then gets another eager set of hands and also some outside input into maybe their programs or whatever the nature of your contract is. So it's a very interesting benefit on both sides there.
I see the benefits of virtually community engaged anything. In my mind, if we want the society that we're going to have in the future, we need community engaged citizens. So the idea of starting that as a practice in university is just a wonderful way of grounding people in understanding the sort of complex interplay of relationships in communities and how you can contribute to that to improve well-being for everyone.